Immanuel Velikokvsky and others have offered explanations as to how collective amnesia operates. Velikokvsky offered two processes as examples. The first, as might be expected, is the oral and written transmission of the memories. That is, later generations were not directly informed of the traumatic events. Instead, the events were described in bizarre symbolism or simply not recorded. Myth and ritual record the memories, but are almost universally misunderstood. The second process is the transmission of so-called racial memes. In other words, these memories are in some way transmitted through biological inheritance, through the genes. Alternatively, these memories are resident in man's collective unconscious. This would presume a global group mind at the unconscious level. The fallacy of all these suggested explanations, whatever their validity, is that they assume there is no premortal life. They assume that man comes into this world with no prior existence or memories of that existence. Of course, this is simply not true. Every individual who comes into mortality witnessed the planetary cataclysms as spirits. Spirits, as Joseph Smith explained, are not far from those in mortality and know their thoughts, feelings, and actions. The veil suppresses the memory of premortality, but it does not remove it. Subconsciously, we still remember everything from that time. Velikokvsky was correct in claiming that these memories were so intense that they were implanted in the mind permanently. Yet, what he missed is that, in addition to those living through the events on Earth, there were human minds in the spirit world witnessing these very same events. These memories must necessarily be permanent, since consciousness cannot forget. After all, consciousness is non-local and extends beyond the boundaries of space and time. But consciously forgetting does not mean that man does not subconsciously remember. It is well known to psychologists that man can suppress traumatic memories, but at the same time, act them out. So while the veil temporarily suppresses our memory of the events witnessed in premortality, it does not erase them. Nor does the veil prevent us from instinctively acting out in one way or another. Man's subconscious memories of premortality affects his behavior in primarily two ways. First, man tries to suppress any overt reference of claim to these events. Any explicit reference to these events must either be eliminated, disguised, or delegitimized. Second, when events analogous to the historical planetary events occur, mankind, and indeed all nature, react as if the events are reoccurring. These analogous events trigger the same behavioral patterns exhibited in our ancestors during the planetary cataclysms.